Now I want to talk about the anime No-Rin. Now No-Rin is literally a farming anime and it takes place at a farming school. But the difference with this anime is it's not your typical farming anime because it's very out of pocket. I'll give you some little instances of like why it's out of pocket. So at the beginning, you have an idol that basically gives up being an idol that she can run to this farm town because she was getting random plants, like eggplants from some random guy that was sending her stuff, so she can basically stop being an idol to go to this school. And then also you have a guy, you have the main character when he's playing the king game with his friends, he becomes king and he has his childhood best friend step on his face and he's enjoying it. Or you have when they're having a panty competition, when they're trying to decide who knows more about panties and all that. Yeah, there's that. And then also you have a teacher who is so deprived from getting something, like we'll say getting something, getting smashed, we'll say, that she goes after her kids and does some of the most wildest things you've ever seen. And like it's a very out of pocket teacher because like she's very out of pocket. Like the main reason is because in anime they have that stupid trope where they act like teachers can't pull anybody or teachers can't date anybody and they're always lonely, all this type of thing. It's basically that, but it's times 10 because her name is Miss Becky and she basically wears a magical girl outfit and she be on one, and I mean on one. She does some of the most wildest things I've ever seen in all of anime. Like it makes no sense what she does. So I'll give you an example. So one day when they're doing like I think they're doing like their home ec type of stuff, out of the blue, after they're talking like the dude and the girl that are explaining what they're gonna do, the teacher there, out of nowhere, she takes off her clothes, and to reveal herself, she has some whipped cream on upper body place, and then down below, like going towards her stomach and below, she has sushi, and that right there made me think. Yeah, the creator of whatever this has, if it has a manga or the animation staff, they knew what they were doing. They're kind of implying, because you know what fish kind of implies down there, a certain nasty smell, that sometimes that can apply. And I guess they're trying to say that's one of the reasons why she could be, not getting that many dates or that many people not want her. At least that kind of explains it in a way, besides her being hella weird and crazy at times. But still, when they did that, I was kind of like, oh. I was like, that's an interesting choice of food. Yes, I know a lot of people like sushi and a lot of Japanese people, yes, they eat sushi. Sushi's a big thing over there, but I'm sorry, in any culture, you should not have fish down there. And you already know that people call down there when it stinks, it smells like fish type of thing. So it's like, that's a wild thing that they did there. I don't care how much you like sushi, you don't have that next to, your goodies. But yeah, and then up top was whipped cream, which made no sense. Like whipped cream and sushi, like no, what? Like that was like the weird thing. Okay, I digress. So let's get past that. I will say this anime does have a lot of out of pocket stuff, but it also has some sad moments. Like when it comes to the teacher, we find out that her backstory, like kind of why she acts the way she does, like she got bullied when she was younger. Like there's a little bit of backstory there. Also, the main character, he kind of has some very dark backstory, especially. Like for this anime, I was not expecting it, and we got it in like the last 2 or 3 episodes. His backstory is he moved to this village with his and that's where he met his one childhood best friend, the one girl. He moved to this village with his parents. Basically, he got forced to move there because the parents wanted to become farmers. Eventually, they become basically broke because they can't really do the farming life. That drives his mom to basically become crazy, and eventually she unalives herself. And then the dad, from that happening, he ends up leaving his son, and the son has to grow up with his childhood best friend. So there's that backstory. And also his other best friend, that's a guy, K, I think it was the name. His is basically, he's basically a child from like a dude that runs like this big company, and he kind of gets disowned by his father and stuff like that. So yeah, that, like I said, this anime has its out of pocket moments, but it also has some sad moments, which I was very surprised because I was not expecting it to have some sad moments, because those can be somewhat a little bit sad, just like giving them a backstory. But majority of this is just them doing the most off the wall type of shit ever, because this is a parody anime and they do some of the most out of pocket shit that you could think of for no damn reason. Now let's talk about this school, because it's a school where it's just straight up farming. Like all their curricula is just them being farmers, and then you have the other people that take care of like animals and stuff like that. And then there's also, they have a pet wallaby in this anime. Like when it first showed up, and I was like, oh, is that supposed to be a wallaby? Because like, you know, wallabies like kind of looks like a little kangaroo, and that's what it looked like in the anime, a little kangaroo. And I was like, oh wow, they actually have a wallaby. So yes, at the school they take care of plants and stuff, like they gotta grow plants and different type of stuff. There's one crazy episode when like a monkey like basically came into like their field and has been eating like food and destroying stuff and destroying plants, stuff like that. They're just ready to, the main character, he makes like a Gatling gun. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to he's like, I'm ready to shoot up this monkey. He's like, yeah, when we hear monkeys, we got to take care of them. It's like, he means business. I was like, damn, they trying to go after the monkey. And then they end up getting this like one bigger guy that uses anime posters, and like he uses it as a blowgun, and he ends up shooting the monkey, and they're all feeling sad about the monkey and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, it goes all over the place with this anime. Because, like, the main premise is, so the main character, he loves farming and stuff like that, and he wants to basically move to Tokyo and start, like, a trending farming thing, mainly because the idol that he really likes is in Tokyo, and he wants to go to concerts, meet her, all that, because, like, he has all this type of stuff of her, even has a body pill of her. But what happens is that same idol ends up moving to his school. She mainly basically quits, like, wanting to be, like, an idol and moves there, and it's kind of, like, off of, like, him sending her vegetables. But the one thing he was doing was like he was sending it anonymously, but his best friend, that's the girl, she was actually writing letters to like the idol, and eventually the idol comes to the school and she kind of becomes fascinated with farming and all that, even though her personality is like a super cold one, where like she kind of doesn't have a personality, she doesn't smile, and it's kind of because like the industry she was in kind of just made her over time just like not be able to smile and do all this type of stuff. So it was that. But like I said, I really like the dynamic between the characters. There are some wild moments, because there's even a mud wrestling contest when they're the two girls, so Ringo the idol and his childhood best friend, they both were racing because they both like the main character, and they're supposed to be racing, planting like rice and all that. But then out of nowhere, they keep bumping into each other, so they just have a mud wrestling contest. It was wild. And then also the other thing about this school is they have like 4 like heads, so like the 4 people are like the head people of the whole school, quote unquote. You have this girl that's in the biology club, that's the bio one, and then you have another girl that's like, her nickname is Money because she only thinks about money. She gets suspended all the time from like doing some like wild, like I guess you could say kind of like coming up with crazy ass schemes, and that's why she usually gets suspended. You have another guy that works in the woods, that I think they call him Woodman. You have another guy, his nickname's Rose or whatever. So yeah, you have them, and most of the time we see them, they always are on some other crazy stuff. Like the one girl that loves money, they come up with this business to use idols and also like selling like their own type of like plants or whatever to it, and eventually they go over the top and trying to do more and more, and eventually they get suspended. But yeah, they're there for like some comic relief most of the time. Miss Becky, in my opinion, even though she does some out-of-pocket stuff, she is still hilarious and be having me rolling. Like, she's one of the funniest characters like in the whole show, because she does some of the most out-of-pocket stuff. There's an episode when like the president is basically going crazy because like he's losing his fix because he needs some eggplant. And like every time he sees an eggplant, he's like, yeah, I don't want this one. And then eventually Miss Becky and their K guy, they have a contest to like showing off who can grow the better eggplant. And then eventually the principal eats the eggplant. He's like, whoa, he's like, wow, how did you grow this? He was like, wow, this is phenomenal. So yeah, there's little things like that. But all overall, it's a hilarious anime. I enjoyed it so much. I bought this on Blu-ray like, I think it was a few weeks ago, and I watched it, and it was phenomenal. I was rolling. I was not expecting to be laughing this much from this show, because I already knew it was going to be something out of pocket, but I wasn't sure exactly how out of pocket it was going to get. And trust me, it got so damn random and so damn out of pocket. I was rolling. But yes, if you've seen No-Rin, let me know how you feel about it. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. And also watch this in dub, because it's a comedy anime, and you know, I also forgot to say this, it does have its fan service moments, and trust me, it does. Like, yes, it's not no uncensored crazy thing, it's just typical fan service type of thing. Like, you know, it's going to show all the different type of stuff, and it's going to have its moments. But yeah, it does have its fan service in here, so that's why you got to watch it in dub, because they say more random, crazy, funny stuff in dub than in sub, because it's always like that though. But yeah, watch No-Rin if you want to be laughing, and especially if you like fan service anime, then you'll enjoy this one. I low-key want a season 2, but who knows if that could happen. But who knows, maybe in the future, but I'm not sure. But it was very nice to see an actual farming anime, and I mean, they do some actual farming in here, and they do actually raise some livestock, but it comes at a cost of just them, you know, doing random stuff. Like, there's one time it's like raining super hard and flooding and all that, and the one girl, she really wanted to go to the beach because they were supposed to go to the beach that day, and she sees all the water in the flooding outside. She loses her mind and she goes outside, start playing in the water, and then the rest of the group, they all just start playing in the water, and then eventually it leads to them having to like save, I forgot what type of field it was, and the guy, he basically drives a bus and he doesn't have a license and he can not even see anything. Yeah, it has a lot of wacky moments, and it's a really good watch though. If you're new, why not subscribe? Enjoy the video. Why not like? If you didn't, you can dislike, subscribe, really enjoyed. But yes, please check out No-Rin because it's a hilarious anime. And shout out to Miss Becky because, yeah, she's Becky with the good hair because she be nice. I'm just saying, she makes that list of top 10 teachers of all time, even though she be on some out-of-pocket stuff, and I'd be like, no. But you know, it's mainly because the stupid anime having that stupid trope with teachers, which makes no damn sense. I'm like, why do y'all do teachers that damn dirty in anime though? But yeah, I'm out though. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video though. Bye.